Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Let's Be Connected session. I am Shaima from Nearest University, and I'll be your host for today. As usual, from the beginning, I'm going to introduce the program, Let's Be Connected. It is an innovative program and project that we came up with in order to shed more light on what we can do to stay connected in this current situation. So this program is a means to stay connected and interact with officers, university officials, the departmental staff, as well as students and prospective students. To begin with, I'm going to introduce today's honorable guest, Professor Dr. Sharifa Zini Ayub Olu, the Dean of the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences, as well as the Chair of the Business Administrative Department. Welcome, Professor.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. How have you been? How is everything?
Well, everything is good. Trying to get used to the new way of life as a result of the current situation. But we're managing, we're coping, everything is good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. On the contrary, thank you. We would like to thank you on behalf of the whole team to thank you for having honored us with your presence today, for having accepted to be our guest. So to begin with, do you want to maybe give an introduction about the faculty, given that you're the dean? You're the perfect person to introduce the faculty.
All right then. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you again, and it's a pleasure to be with everybody here today. I'm really happy to be given the opportunity to introduce my faculty, the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences at the Nearest University, to prospective students. So again, thank you for being with us.
You're very welcome.
Okay, like I said, I want to just give a brief insight into our faculty. And then once I have done so, I will be free to answer any more specific questions that any of our guests may have.
Sure.
So let me say that the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences at Nearest University was one of the first faculties established in the university. It was established in 1988 and started enrolling students in that year with just 2 departments and 2 undergraduate programs, namely Business Administration and Computer Information Systems. Now, as of the beginning of this academic year, this faculty has 13 different departments, offering 25 different undergraduate programs, some in English, some in Turkish, 12 master programs, and also 5 PhD programs. So as you can see, we have made great progress over the years. Our departments are Business Administration, Economics, Human Resource Management, Banking and Finance, International Relations, International Business, Political Science, EU Relations, Computer Information Systems, Marketing, Banking and Accounting, and Management Information Systems. So you can see that we have a great array of different options for prospective students.
Exactly.
Our faculty at present employs 48 full-time members of staff, and we house almost 2,000 students, both undergraduate and graduate. And also around 65 to 70% of our students are actually international students. The efforts of our faculty are all directed to becoming an internationally recognized faculty for its academic, educational, and also scientific activities. So in this sense, our faculty aims to provide our students with a contemporary education that will contribute to the development of quality individuals who are all equipped with the global knowledge and skills to cope with the challenges and the developments of developments nationally as well as globally. Also, we have positioned ourselves to ensure a student-centered education, and as a result, our academic staff are open and always accessible to all of our students, as well as being committed to an effective teacher-student interaction. As a result of this, we support interactive teaching methods such as in-class discussions, group work, in-class problem solving, case studies, presentations, and such methods. The curriculum of each program is well designed to balance the theoretical and the practical, as well as the core courses and the elective courses. Students in the first 2 years of the undergraduate programs cover the common core courses, enabling students to gain a well-established formation and comprehensive theoretical knowledge. The knowledge acquired in the first 2 years then prepares the students for the core courses from the 3rd years onwards. And then the elective courses, they provide students with the opportunity to pursue their areas of interest. We offer a variety of elective courses, and the students have the opportunity to select which ones interest them or which ones they think will provide them with a foundation for their future career and work life. Due to the faculty housing a broad range of programs, any student can find the opportunity to enroll in a program that addresses their interests. Also, what we have witnessed as well, that is when students enroll in a particular program, after a few years, they realize that they are interested in maybe another area, then it's easy for them to transfer. For example, I have students who register, for example, for the economics department. And after a few years, once they take some management courses or business courses, they realize they're more interested in that area. So because the first 2 years cover common courses, then transferring does not result in any loss of courses or loss of time for the students. So this is also a good opportunity that we can offer. As you probably already know, today's diverse working environment requires individuals with a sense of entrepreneurship and individuals who are aware of their social and environmental responsibilities, as well as the ability to appreciate cultures other than their own. Thus, this is an important point for employability, and employability is central to all of our programs in our faculty. Being able to meet the needs of our students as well as the future needs of their employers is reflected in what we teach and how we teach it, equipping our students and graduates to meet all future challenges that they may face. What I have mentioned here, entrepreneurship, social responsibility, culture, all of these important issues are covered in the courses that we teach in our faculty. Also, due to the international student population, students in class are able to participate in discussions with individuals from different cultural backgrounds and with individuals with different points of view. Again, this provides students with the chance to mix and experience different cultures, which is also a very important issue contributing to employability. Our faculty also supports an academic environment in which the creation and dissemination of knowledge is possible. Our academic staff remain up to date in their teaching areas due to the research that they conduct, and also to the publication of their research in scholarly journals. This is a very important issue and something that we give importance to as a university, not just as a faculty. Also, something that we are very proud of, and I feel the need to share with the audience, is that in the year 2017, 5 of our programs were accredited by internationally recognized accreditation institutions. The business administration, economics, international relations, banking and finance programs were accredited by FIBA. What does FIBA stand for? It stands for the Foundation for International Business Administration Accreditation. And the Computer Information Systems Department was accredited by ASIN. ASIN stands for the Accreditation Agency for Degree Programs in Engineering, Informatics, Computer Science, Natural Sciences, and Mathematics. So as you can imagine, we work very hard for this, but it is something that we are very proud of. And today, new students, prospective students, do give importance to such accreditations.
Of course.
So I would like to say, dear students, dear prospective students, not if we meet, but when we meet in September, which I know we will, you will all see that it is a privilege to be a member of the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences at Near East University. I am proud to be a member of the university. I am proud to be a member of this faculty, and I know that you will all be proud to be a member as well. So it's a pleasure from today that I welcome you all to Near East University, Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I will be willing to take them.
Sure, definitely. Thank you for your very well elaborated introductory speech, as well as the details that you gave. I believe that you have been the perfect advocate for your faculty, because, like you mentioned,
thank you very much.
You're welcome. Prospective students, they need to know these. Sometimes, when they are thinking about a university, sometimes they don't really have access to information like intercultural interaction. They don't have information about how it is in the classroom, how many international students are there. They have some sort of they have questions. They have questions about this, and this might end up being one of the reasons why they become susceptible and they end up not choosing that particular university or department. But like you put it in very elaborated words, and it's very inspiring. I'm sure our spectators, they're going to be interested, and like you said, not if but when they join us, they are going to enjoy their tertiary education. So I will go ahead with some questions, if you will allow me.
Yes, of course.
You did mention about what programs are available in the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences. But given that you are the chair of the Business Administration Department, can you please elaborate maybe on what this particular department covers?
Okay, yes. As you know, business administration is an area that is part of everyday life. It touches every part of our life. Therefore, especially business administration is a popular choice for students because, like I said, the job opportunities are broad. Our business administration department covers in total 44 courses. Like I said, the first 2 years covers the common core courses. When I say common core courses, I mean courses which are common to all the departments, all the programs in our faculty. For example, introduction to economics, introduction to computers, law, statistics, mathematics, these type of courses. As of the third year onwards, students will then start taking the courses, the core courses of the department. What are the core courses related to business administration? For example, it will be finance. It will be management, advanced management. It will be marketing. It will be operations. It will be accounting. These are the core courses. Once the students have taken the core courses, then they become more knowledgeable, and therefore they can judge for themselves what are their areas of interest, and therefore choose the elective courses according to their area of interest. We try to offer as many elective courses as we can. So in total, in one semester, if students are to take 3 elective courses, we try to offer at least 7 or 8 different options for them. These elective courses can be in the field of finance, they can be in the field of marketing, in the field of production, in the field of accounting, in the field of management. Like I said, economics, even economics, like I said, the student will select what they feel is most suitable for them.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, sorry to interrupt you. You can go ahead.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Continue.
All right. I was about to say that again. It's very interesting to know about these, because again, I believe that our prospective students, they given that they are maybe fresh from high school and they now want to enter an undergraduate program, for example, in business administration. Sometimes they might have questions about the course content, or like the number of courses, or what are the electives, what are the core contents, what they need to complete to graduate, things like this. So again, it's very interesting that that you are giving such points for this question.
If you want, I can give some examples of the core courses and some examples of the elective courses. For example, marketing management, production management, organizational behavior, human resource management, international business, strategic management. These are all examples of the courses that are the main field or the main area of human business administration. And also some of the elective courses that we have offered this semester, for example, digital marketing, something which covers what we are going through at the moment, which is important, digital marketing. Cross-cultural relations and communication, again, something which is very important. E-commerce, entrepreneurship. These are examples of some of the different types of electives that we are offering for our students. Management information systems, enterprise resource planning, international finance, international economics, consumer behavior. These are some of the examples of the different types of electives that we are offering to our students. So you see there is a great range, so students can choose whatever interests them. Yes.
Exactly. A great range of adaptive departments, if I may say, like you
Yes.
said, they are students can choose based on whatever situation we are currently going through right now. And I think it's an amazing thing, and we are proud that Nearest University is able to offer such courses. You did mention welcome. You did mention before that you have some assessment methods, what you use in class, not necessarily for the business administration department, but for the programs in the faculty in general. You were mentioning exams and interaction in class, etc. But can you maybe shed more light on what are the main assessment methods that are used for the programs?
Okay, yes. All right. It's not possible to say that as a faculty we use a fit set of methods. Depending on the course, depending on the content, depending on the instructor, this will all vary. But obviously there is, for all courses, a written final exam. But apart from the written final exams, there are different methods. For example, there are term papers. There are presentations, there are projects, there are in-class discussions, working on case studies. A lot of the time students are encouraged to present the work that they have prepared. In-class discussions are very important, presentations are very important, because if you graduate from the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences, you need to be skillful in communication, both oral and written. So to improve written and oral communication skills, presentation and preparation of reports and projects is very important. Also, graduates from our faculty have to have a good analytical and critical thinking abilities. So the use of case studies and the use of issues to solve problems in the class will also help to improve the students' analytical and thinking abilities. Also, the ability to understand and interpret financial or numerical data. So this is important when it comes to finance courses and accounting courses. So again, in those courses, they are presented with a work which enables them to interpret the information which is given to them by their instructors. Also, working as a group, working as a team. Again, this is important because in today's contemporary businesses, teamwork is very important. Teamwork. So working on projects together, on group projects, enables the students to understand what it means to work as a team, in cooperation and in harmony with each other.
Mhm.
Also, these group projects also enable, obviously, to the development of leadership and motivational skills as well, because in the group there will always be a leader, somebody in charge, somebody guiding, somebody coordinating. So the development of leadership and motivational skills is important, and also the use of technology. We are teaching computer courses, we have advanced computer courses, so the use of technology, especially in today's age, is important. So students that graduate from our faculty, through our assessment methods, through the methods that the instructors are using, through this interactive teaching and the methods that we use, we are also helping them to develop these skills.
That's amazing. Thank you again for your detailed answer. And it's clear, it's so clear from whatever you have said, that you do put employability and the future of the students into consideration. These are the basis, because
Of course, yes,
exactly, because
yes.
if the students would just come and just enter learning, teaching, uh, relationship in the classroom, and then outside the classroom there's nothing that's going beyond the classroom, then we could say that it's ending with the diploma. But it's very nice to
Yeah.
see that indeed the student is being built for society at large, whether it's employment, whether it's
Yes,
leadership
yes.
within the working sector, or leadership in life in general. So it's very nice. It's a very good encadrement. So thank you again for your
Also, I would
yes.
like to add that, you know, our teaching or the interaction is not just in the classroom. Our instructors, all of our instructors have members of staff have office hours,
Mhm.
where students can go and contact them if they have any questions, if there is anything they would like to discuss. Then they
Mhm.
have the time to create this interaction again with the instructors, with the members of staff outside of the classroom. All of our members of staff have an open door policy. Even me, even I do, as the dean. I don't have fixed office hours. My door is literally open. I'm open to students anytime during the day, because we cannot stick to specific hours. I mean, a student doesn't know when he has a problem or when she will have a problem. A student maybe at home is studying, and then the next day they realize they don't understand. They need to see me. They need to discuss something with me or with their instructor. They need to share something. So, like I said, we have an open door policy. We're available to the students whenever necessary.
Exactly. That's also amazing. So, dear prospective students, as you see, we also have checked the open door policy. So, I was going to ask you, dear professor, about whether
Uh,
whether students are able to come towards you for any kind of help or assistance, or is there any specific rule, etc. But I believe that you answered it already. So,
yes, yes.
so that's great. I will ask you another question regarding to the classroom. Again, the classroom context. What do you think students can do? What kind of opportunities or what kind of tricks can they apply in order to enhance their understanding? Maybe you can answer the questions more specifically according to the business administration department.
Well, obviously, because the classroom time is limited, there is only so much that we can give to the students within the classroom. But we try and give as much detail as we can. Always, we offer the students the main texts, the references, the books. We offer them extra references. We offer them material that they can use. It's not compulsory, but for those who are interested, who want to advance their knowledge, who want to learn more, we'll offer them the extra material. Again, like I said, the office hours are very important for students who don't understand, who need to ask questions. Also, we have a very grand library available in our university on campus, where students can do their research and also gain more sources of knowledge from there. Like I said, if the student is willing to take, then we are willing to give. So as long as that the student gives us the light that they are willing to learn, then we will give. That's no problem.
Definitely, definitely. And it's good that you mentioned about the library, because maybe some students might wonder if in a case whereby they don't have access to the physical grounds of the library, we also have the online
Course, yeah.
library, whereby you can have access to thousands of resources just by maybe from your house, from another location, maybe by just sitting in a cafe and doing some research, doing some work. So that's also amazing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the next question, quite a very famous question. What about summer training? Sometimes students they see this 4-year program like as just the 4 years. So each year divided into two semesters. But there are some departments that
Yes.
require summer training, or some, even if they don't require, there is an opportunity for summer training programs. What can you tell us about this?
Yes, some of our departments, like you said, have a compulsory training period. For example, the computer information systems, the banking and finance, the banking and accounting departments, they have compulsory training. Here, this training is especially important because it allows the students to make the connection between the theoretical and the practical. So obviously in the classroom, they are gaining the theoretical knowledge. And as much as possible, we are trying to transfer that to the practical side through the case studies and the issues that we are dealing with in class. But obviously working in a real life working environment is more suitable for the students to understand the practical side of what they are learning. So in these departments, we allow the students to conduct, if they want to, if they can, their summer training in their own country. Obviously, they have to inform the department where they want to do it, in which company. If it is approved by the department, then they can conduct it in their own country, or some students may prefer, if they are on the island in Cyprus, to do it here. The other departments, they do not have the summer training, but there are some students, even though it is not compulsory, they do conduct, and we do encourage it. We do encourage it. So, like I said, the opportunity is offered to all students, whether in Cyprus or whether in their own country. It's their own choice.
That's great. I believe that it's also a very good news for our international prospective students, because in case some of you are wondering why are we mentioning about doing it here in Northern Cyprus or back in your country, why are we mentioning about the different locations, is because normally the summer period is when we have the lengthy summer holidays, and sometimes
Yes.
students prefer to go back home to spend time with their families, or just have their holidays maybe in another country, not necessarily back to their native country. So if it's very nice to hear that they have this opportunity of going abroad, not necessarily here,
Yeah.
to go and do it, and it's still accountable when they come back.
Yes.
If they
Yes.
have all necessary documents and prerequisites. Thank you again. You have I was also going to ask you about maybe some other ways that they can put these practical knowledge, their theoretical knowledge into practice. But like you mentioned, case studies, right? Through case studies, they can kind of have this bridge between theory
Yes.
and
Also,
practice.
yes, as long as with case studies, this is the in class, but also some of our instructors like to take our students on field studies. So on field studies also, they have the opportunity to see and observe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an advantage as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So again, next question relating to now the postgraduate studies. of course, we have an MBA program, a master's program in business administration. And do you, from your experience, think that students, they go from the undergraduate program in our university, they move from the BA to the MBA program by staying in this university? Is this something you see?
Yes, a lot of our students do prefer to continue their master's studies at our university. Obviously, there are some students that prefer to study in their own country. There are some students that go to Europe, some students go to the UK, some students even go to America. We have witnessed that. But a lot of students prefer to stay. Why? Because one, they know the university. Two, they know the environment in which they find themselves in. And also, we have scholarship opportunities for our own graduates. So this is also an advantage, especially if they graduate with a high CGPA, if they are a successful undergraduate student, and if they graduate with a high CGPA, they have the opportunity to receive a scholarship, which is also an advantage for our students.
Definitely, this is a very good answer to this. The follow-up questions, that is, what are the advantages of the students continuing their studies into the postgraduate programs? It's like you
Yes.
mentioned, is a very big opportunity if they do perform very well in their undergraduate program and they graduate from us. There are the scholarship schemes whereby they can apply and have some sort of scholarship grants that they can carry on throughout their postgraduate studies.
Yes. Yes.
Also, another maybe another question relating to this. Can you maybe tell us about the MBA program? What is really the transition from the business administration undergraduate program into the MBA program? What is really emphasized on, and what opportunities does a student who has done both business administration and the masters in business administration, what kind of opportunities does such a student have?
Okay, the obviously the undergraduate gives you the foundation. When you move on to the masters, you become, as the name says, masters. You become more of an expert. You gain more in-depth knowledge, more in-depth information. You become more of an expert. So with the master's program, because it is a master's program, it is very concentrated on more research. So most of the work, obviously, the instructors, the members of staff will be teaching, they will be guiding, but a lot of the work will be done by the students. They will be researching. They will be preparing projects. They will be preparing term papers. Through research, when students do the actual research themselves, they learn more. They gain more of an in-depth knowledge. So I find that especially students that graduate from engineering all choose to do the MBA. Why? Because in the future, an MBA will enable them to be knowledgeable when it comes to the field of management. So even if they are an engineer, the company that they work with, they will be knowledgeable about engineering, plus they will be knowledgeable about what it means to be a manager, what it means to run and manage an organization. We have people who finish graduate dentistry. They come and they study the MBA. I mean, it's amazing. You have students that, I have a student who completed the law faculty, graduated from law, and is studying the MBA. So the MBA, like I said before, business administration is an area. It is a field that influences everybody, or worldwide. It touches our lives everywhere. So it's an area of interest. We have students who finish political science and international relations and choose to do the MBA. So it gives you that, how can I say, it gives you that chance to be a manager in your field of expertise. So if you're an engineer, you can be a manager but an engineer. If your expertise is in dentistry, again, you can carry it out, but again, be a manager in your field. So it brings advantage and opportunities for students, for graduates.
Yeah, sure, definitely. I also believe that you're very right when it comes to this, because sometimes prospective students and students of undergraduate programs, they think until the graduation point. They tend to forget what about after graduation. They tend to maybe forget what about the first year of employment. They think, okay, after graduation I will be employed, and then they tend to have this mentality that when the time comes, then I'm going to think about it. But I believe as an
Yes,
expert like
yes,
yourself, you can agree with me that it is very important for someone to plan the whole career, to have a full career plan
exactly,
from the very beginning,
exactly.
like you're mentioning. Um,
Yes,
for example, someone who is an engineer and coming and doing an MBA program, it is going to show that this student is kind of having a full plan of his career, so that when he's starting as a beginner engineer, he's also foreseeing himself becoming an even more expert in his field. And once he's having his
exactly.
promotion, is advancing in his field, he will reach a point whereby he will become a manager. So it's always good to have this background in management, like you're saying.
Yes, 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 yes.
Very
I mean, it doesn't matter what field you have graduated from. If you are going to be a manager, if you are going to run any type of operation, you need to be knowledgeable about certain things, certain areas. You need to be knowledgeable about financing. You
Mhm,
need to be knowledgeable about marketing. You need to be knowledgeable about operations.
mhm, mhm,
You need to be knowledgeable about accounting. You need to be knowledgeable about organization. I mean,
mhm,
these are all issues that are dealt with in the MBA program. So
mhm.
obviously, somebody with a sound foundation or a sound background related to these areas will be much more successful in their efforts to manage an organization or manage a company or manage a department or manage a unit.
Definitely, exactly. If you will allow me, we can just reply to some of the questions from our spectators right now. There
Yes,
is
of
a
course.
question about summer classes. So someone is
Mhm.
asking, uh, can business administration department, those who are doing their bachelor's in business administration, can they do their masters in banking and finance?
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. Because, like I said, business administration and, for example, banking and finance, the first 2 years, most of the courses are common. So,
Mhm,
a banking and finance and a business administration student, because they take the main common foundation courses,
mhm,
then a graduate from the banking and finance department can continue with an MBA, no problem.
mhm, mhm. Thank you. So, Chamis J, I think this question is answered for you. And there was another question from the beginning, which is related to summer classes. So the person is asking, do students of banking and accounting,
Yes.
can students who are studying banking and accounting take summer classes? And if yes, what number of courses are available? Hello?
Well, all students can take summer courses. At the moment, on our webpage, there is a questionnaire that students are filling out,
Mhm,
requesting which courses the students until were offered for each student, up to 3 courses.
mhm,
But this year, again, 3, maybe even 4 courses will be offered. I'm not quite sure about that, but they can take at least 3 or 4 courses, yes. And it's offered to all students, yes.
mhm.
So if the student is a current student at the moment, then they need to go to the web page and fill out the questionnaire, so we have a rough idea of what students are requesting, because what we want is we want to offer courses that students are interested in, that they are requesting. So like I said, if there is a student at present, they should fill out the questionnaire. If not, we do offer a range of students courses, so students will not have any problems in selecting.
Definitely. So this question too, I believe, is properly answered. The next question from our spectator is, does your bachelor's degree have to be related to your master's degree?
No, it doesn't. Like I gave the example, we have students graduating from the engineering department. They come and do the MBA. So it doesn't need any relation. I mean, there are a lot of students that want to explore different fields, different areas. So it's a possibility for students as well. Yes.
So we'll go back to my set of questions now, until we have some more questions that we can reply from our spectators. We did talk a lot about the scope of the programs under the Faculty of Economics and Administrative Sciences, as well as the Department of Business Administration. But what are the main job opportunities, the immediate jobs that can branch from business administration as a tertiary?
Well, graduates from business administration can find work practically anywhere. The public sector, the private sector. They can find work in organizations that are related to finance, banking, financial institutions, any areas related to marketing, sales, operations. You know, it's a broad range. This is why, especially business administration, and especially our faculty, economics and administrative sciences, everybody that graduates from any of our programs has a broad range of opportunities available. Because, like I said, our field covers human life. So, like I said, public or private, you can find work anywhere. Banking, financial institutions, sales, production, operations, marketing, a great range.
Definitely, it's nice so that there is not too much pressure once they are joining the faculty. They can figure it out
Yes,
as they are
exactly.
growing. I will just take a minute to address the spectators right now, because I see a lot of questions regarding the costs and the application procedure, etc. At the very last of this broadcast, I'm going to mention about the application unit. So you guys will be able to just communicate with them, contact with them, and ask them anything that is related to costs and procedures. So rest assured, guys, you will be assisted, just not right now, because the costs, they are the concern of another department. Okay. So now maybe some advice for students, for applicants, for those who wants to, who maybe are interested in the undergraduate program of business administration. Maybe those who are currently in the last year of high school. What advice, pieces of advice that you can give to them, so that they can maybe become more sure that this is the field that they are interested in?
Well, obviously, students should do their research before they select their field of study and before they select their university. So, in order to be sure, they should research exactly what it means, business administration, what it means, make sure it interests them, because business administration covers a variety of areas. Like I said, financing, accounting, management, marketing, operations, production. Is this their area of interest? Is this what interests them? This is what is important. So they should really make sure that this is what they want. But like I said, when they start, maybe they are not sure, is it business administration, or should they study economics, or should they study banking and finance? Like I said, that's not a problem in our university either. The first 2 years are very common. So through the studies, if they realize that if they are studying business administration, they feel that finance is more interesting for them, they can transfer to the banking and finance department. Likewise, somebody studying in the economics department, if they feel that the management courses are more of interest to them, they can transfer to the business administration department. But what is important, first of all, is if they are going to study in any field related to our faculty, to do research and really understand whether this is their area of interest. When it comes to university, nothing to research, nothing to think about. The choice is obvious, Near East University.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, prospective students, you have been well advised. I hope that you're going to follow the wonderful pieces of advice that have been given to you, because it's clear cut, it's clear as water. There is no judgment here. So, you have been given a wonderful explanation on what you can expect once you choose nearest university. One other question that I believe is also very popular, especially right now with the whole COVID-19 pandemic that happened, and everything has been now focused onto online everything, basically. E-learning, e-teaching, e-offices. So for our students, what can you say about this, about the transition from normative ways of teaching methods, from this transition from there to online teaching, what has been done to provide the necessary assistance to students?
Okay, well, this transfer for us as Near East University just happened in 1 week because we had the foundations. In 1 week, we transferred from the normal teaching methods face-to-face to the online teaching. All of our courses on the faculty are at the moment online and has been for the last 2 months. The adaptation was not difficult. The first few weeks, maybe for the students, was a bit difficult, but as of today, as of the first 2 weeks, everything is under control. Everything is smooth. Students are connecting. We are continuing our class. There is the only difference is that we are not face to face. Everything that we did in class, we are doing online now. We are still giving our assignments. We are still giving our researches. We are still conducting our exams, e-exams. There are still students are still doing their presentations online. The instructors are more accessible at the moment now because it is online. Students can assess us through the system, assess us through the emails. We are constantly responding to our students. So like I said, the only difference is we are not in the classroom setting. It's just online, but everything is going smoothly. As far as I know, the students are content. I have not received any complaints. Everything's good. Everything's fine.
That's very nice to hear this, that even such a large scale situation, a pandemic, didn't halter our educational system. And it's very nice to see that students have been able to even go through with their examinations, although I believe adaptive methods have been applied, whereby
of course, yes. Some instructors chose to do e-exams. Some instructors chose to be more on the research side, giving assignments, giving homeworks. But what is important, I've told you, we like the interactive learning. We like interactive teaching. So that still continues. I mean, students who prepare presentations are still presenting online. So that interaction is still continuing, which is important. Again, that teamwork between the students is still occurring. It's still taking place. So we've done our best to keep that interactive learning environment, that student-centered environment going. And I think we've been successful, yes.
I believe so too. It's very nice to see that these adaptive methods have been applied, because some might think that, okay, there is a pandemic, so we should all stop. We should all just enter the whole panic situation. But on the
No, no, no,
contrary,
no, no.
keeping a normative trend and keeping busy with your life as a student, keeping your mind busy, keeping on with your studies, it can have a very positive effect on your psychology, because you
Yes.
imagine someone is abroad and they are here and they came here to study, and then something like that happened, and then all of a sudden they are stranded with nothing to do. This would have taken a big toll on students, I believe. But like you said, you have been very successful in transitioning from the normative system to the online system. I hope that students have been very happy about it, and I hope that it's also going to give prospective students more trust in our system, because just transitioning from the old system into a new elaborate online system in 1 week, it's something marvelous.
Yeah.
It's a very big
Yeah.
achievement. So I hope prospective students are going to take this into consideration, that Nearest University is indeed equipped and has the foundation to adapt to such situations. Um, so
We are also taking feedback from our students related to the online learning as well and online teaching. So if there is anything that we have not been able to see, or if there's anything that the students are finding difficult, they're facing difficulties with, if they are finding challenging, like I said, they are giving us feedback, and we are doing what we can to make it more smooth and less challenging for them to overcome the issues and their difficulties.
exactly, because at the end of the day, even if it is important to keep on even if it is important to keep on with your studies, of course, I believe that the faculty members, they are not putting that much pressure on you, because they are here to understand you and to adapt to the situation. We've constantly
Exactly.
been talking
Yes.
about adaptive methods and adaptive um, situations, whereby you are able to still continue with what you are supposed to do, but in an adapted manner, whereby it's going to make it easier for you as a student as we go along. So, dear Professor, I believe that we have covered almost everything. We have also replied to some of the questions from our spectators. So, do you have maybe anything to add before we end this live session?
Well, I'd just like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to connect with prospective students and give them some insight into our faculty. Like I said, we are a successful faculty. We are a faculty with accredited programs, which is always an advantage to all of our students. We are waiting for you in September to join us. You will not regret it. And like I said, maybe if students would like to contact me, we can provide them with my email. I will respond to them if they have any other questions, any extra questions. I'll be willing to answer them in more detail if necessary. And like I said, to all the prospective students with us today, see you all in September.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Professor. And like you mentioned, your email address can be provided to students, and also the contact information of faculty members and administrative staff, as well as academic staff. You students can always go through our website, neu.edu.tr, and under faculty, they can browse and go through
Yes,
all
yes,
the
yes.
contacts of whoever
Mhm.
they will need to contact. So I would like to thank you so much for having honored us with your presence. The pleasure was ours, actually, to have had such a wonderful session. I believe it was very explanatory and very educative and very inspirational. Out of
Thank you.
most of all, very inspirational. Thank you so much, Professor. So we hope to see you again on this platform. I wish you good luck on behalf of everyone. Good luck with work. Good luck with the current situation. So take care, Professor. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. And I hope I have managed to inspire some prospective students, some new students, and it will be a pleasure to be with you again. Thank you very much.
Definitely. You're very welcome. Take care, Professor.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to explain a little bit about the application procedure. It's not very difficult for you guys to apply. You can just apply through our online application units via the now appearing email address info@nu.edu.tr. Once you send your email, it can be something very short. You can just explain your situation. You can just mention about anything that you want, and the officers are going to help you accordingly. So be advised to tune in tomorrow for our next guest, Professor Dr. Mustafa Sassan. And hopefully you guys will be there as spectators and we'll have another fruitful session. Tune in and check the times and dates, because we have weekly programs with our honorable guests. You guys can always check out the program on our social media, on the Facebook page of Near East University, as well as the Instagram page. So guys, thank you so much for having attended this session. Let's be connected. Don't forget. See you soon.